This is Tailgate Talk, presented by Tarpon Blue.
Let's take a ride. In this series, we're going to show you everything Texas and its surrounding southern states has to offer, right here from our very own tailgate.
We'll take you from life on the farm and the ranch to the big city lights. This is Tailgate Talk. Come along for the ride.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Tailgate Talk. Today we're here with Rick Jansen with Hopeful Acres, and he is going to tell us a little bit about what he does here.
Okay, good morning everyone. Rick Jansen, founder of Hopeful Acres. We are a 501c3 not-for-profit organization here in Seguin, Texas. Just moved our operation down here from the Killeen-Fort Hood area in November of 2021. Glad to be down here. Basically, our organization is to help empower those that have been being held down by life circumstances. We provide healing, hope, and support through the use of our horses, as you can probably see in the background, and other farm animals, have some goats, a dog, but like to get people out here to get familiar with horses, learn the care, tacking up, putting saddles on, whatnot, and then just working with the horses. And ultimately, if they're up for it and capable, get them on the horse and ride. But creating that bond, horses are a fantastic animal for providing therapy. So I call it recreational equine therapy. Is what we use them for. They can really feel what the person is feeling, their emotions. So I found the recreational equine therapy really helps with just maybe getting people to come out, people suffering with PTSD, anxiety, gets them to work on their social skills, maybe kids, get them to open up and talk to their parents perhaps, or if we had a counselor on site, which we don't at the time, but that could open that up as well. So we just look forward to being an excellent part of the community, a community resource. A couple other things we do provide out here, just in general, to, as I say, keep the doors open, is we do basic horseback riding lessons, so we can teach someone that's never ridden a horse, horseback riding in general. So if someone knows how to ride a horse but they don't have access to a horse, they can come out and ride for an hour or however long. Horse boarding, so if someone needs a place to store their horse for a month or a year, we have packages for that. And then the fourth thing, which I'm really excited to bring up, is trail riding, which is probably one of my favorite things to do. So we do offer trail rides out here as well. So you can look up our website, hopefulacres.org, and just look us up, see what we do. We have an Instagram and Facebook page as well. So let's just look forward to being a good part of the community and providing heal, hope, and support for folks.
Well, let me ask you before we end, what made you decide? What were your reasons for starting Hopeful Acres?
So my main reason, or why I do this, I kind of have three categories of folks that I like to help: veterans and their families, special needs children, adults, and single parent households. So my reason behind each of those, I retired from the Army after 24 years, and I've gone on a few deployments, so I feel I can, definitely gone through some things myself, but just providing a resource for folks maybe battling PTSD. So that's a big one. Number two is I lost a brother to Down syndrome at a young age, so that's where the special needs children, adults come in, just provide it brings a huge smile to folks when I help them typically.
Absolutely.
And healing, of course, and helping maybe the parents out and the child or adult. And then the third is I lost my mother at a younger age, so I felt that when I was a kid, it's much tougher for one parent to raise a child or children than two. They have to provide many roles. So just giving them some relief basically is my goal there. So that's basically my why. And the idea for Hopeful Acres came to me many years ago, probably 20-some years ago. I think it was placed in me. And then as I got closer to getting out of the military, it kind of came to fruition. Got my first horse, and then decided that's the avenue I wanted to go, to use my horses for what I'm doing now, providing that equine support. And I went through a couple programs myself that were offered while I was still in the military, and I found it very helpful. So
Nice.
I just followed that dream.
Well, let me ask you, what brought you from Killeen to Seguin?
From Killeen to Seguin, I've always, actually, I would like to say I have a good relationship with God, I believe, and I feel it was placed in my heart, Seguin in general, before I knew where I was going to relocate my location, new location. But basically the ground down here, it's kind of rocky up in the Killeen area, so when it comes to horses, this area just worked out better for the actual terrain. And I've always loved San Antonio, the feel of San Antonio, so I'm close enough now. There's a very large footprint of military and of course my other categories of folks that I would like to help. So all of those things, and just kind of starting a new chapter in my life perhaps as well from Killeen. I knew it very well. I was stationed there 3 times. Love Killeen, much love for Killeen, but I wanted something different, and I love the ruralness, the feel of this area in general.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, Rick, thank you very much for joining us today on this week's episode of Tailgate Talk. And if you want to tell them again real quick how they can find you if they're looking for Hopeful Acres.
Absolutely. Yep. Once again, look us up on our website, hopefulacres.org, and then we do have a Facebook account, Hopeful Acres, and then an Instagram account as well. And those links would be on the bottom of our homepage. So, and the phone number, which would be on there, but it's 254-285-4156. And so you can reach us through the website or call me directly, and we'll get you set up and hopefully help you out in any way we can.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you next time on Tailgate Talk.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in today, and thank you to our guests for sharing their story.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time on Tailgate Talk.